If someone tells you this land has a gazette, would you buy it immediately? What if I told you that a gazette can still be taken back from you? In today's episode, we're going to be telling you and breaking down the difference between a C of O and a gazette and which one truly protects your money. Welcome to the Property Smart Podcast, where you buy once and buy right. With me here, our guest is the ED of Landview Property Investment Limited. You're welcome, Ma, and you're looking so beautiful.
Thank you so much, Tessie.
Thank you, Ma.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. And our next guest is our social media manager here at Landview Property Investment Limited, and her name is Miss Glory. You're welcome on board.
Thank you for having me, Tessie.
To our amazing audience, which document do you think is stronger? Is it the C of O or the Gazette? Today, our guest is going to throw more light on that and we'll get to know which is better. All right, Ma, over to you. What is the meaning of a Gazette?
All right. From the previous question, you said Gazette or a C of O.
C of O, yes.
They're all important.
Right.
They're all important. But what I'm going to concentrate now, based on your first question, on what a Gazette means, right?
Yes.
I see Gazette as an official release, official publication from the government to the public, detailing the documents, the map of a particular land, and the ownership, which also includes titles to that particular land or that particular area, and they release it officially to the public, and it's for you and I to view. They want a land that we are targeting. Is it there? Is it free? Or has it been acquired? So it's just like government saying that this is a release from us. It is a release from our acquisition, which means the public, you can see. Are you interested? You can go in, acquire, and you continue.
So it is not a title that claims that this person owns this land. So it's just like it's just a publication that the government has released.
It is a publication by government detailing the documents and the legal documents and everything of a particular area of land. It is not a title.
Wow. So today we're getting to know that a Gazette is not a title. Wow, that's amazing. So now I want to ask the next question. What is then a C of O?
All right, C of O, which means certificate of occupancy, is a very important document when you're talking about titles of a land. As of today, I want to say that a C of O is government stamp on a paper for a particular land. And that is a title. That is the title, and if you have it, yes. And when you also want to buy a land and you want to do and that has C of O, you can just say that this land, this site, C of O, and you are interested in a particular one. I will advise anybody that intends to own a land, check that particular land which they have mapped out as the C of O, that the one you are targeting is included. If it is not included and they have said like this, C of O, then you should know it's not. That stamp does not include the piece that you are targeting. Do you understand? And when you hear that there is C of O in this one that you want to buy, check for the number of that C of O and go and confirm. Like Pio will say, go and verify.
Very important.
Yes.
But then we also see something they call C of O in view to some property titles. Does that mean that the property had a C of O? Because I feel like it is not, since it's still showing in view, can you throw more light on that?
All right. I want to say that in our country, there are processes of getting something. I may see a piece of land today and I am interested. What I do is that, like, I want to take, for instance, Landview. What we do is that when we get this, we have seen the Gazette and everything, we now want to formalize it with a title, which is C of O. We start the processing of that C of O, and we pay the required fees, and we submit all documents and everything for that particular land, and we submit it to government. After submitting it and it's accepted, I have my letter of acknowledgement and everything, I can come out and say that my C of O is in view. Which means I will collect it when it is ready. It's not automatically ready as soon as you pay money or as soon as you show interest in having your CFO. There are processes involved. And during that time, when it is still going, I can say that this piece of land I have, the CFO is in view. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I will also be held accountable that later the person can ask me, how far about this? And I should be able to say, at this time I have it, or this is the step I have gotten into, is expected like this. And when I have it, I am subject to bringing it out to show my clients or show the entire public that go and verify this number. It is the C of O number.
So I would also want to ask, like, how long does it take for a C of O to come out? Like, if it's in view. So because this question is basically for diasporans, because they want to. You have clients that are buying from outside the country. They're not basically here in Nigeria, so they don't really understand how land works in Nigeria. So what would you tell them? Like, if you have a property that has a C of O and they're interested in it, how would you explain to them as a realtor or a marketer?
How long it takes for my C of O to be ready? I wish I could just mention that it takes 3 months or 90 days or 180 days. That would be very free from my mouth. But we are dealing with government, we are dealing with civil servants, and it also differs from state to state. When you're talking about Lagos, it takes longer than when you're talking about Asaba. I know when we did in our Asaba, it took like less than 90 days or thereabouts, and we had it in our hands, and we are so proud to display it. But here in Lagos, I cannot categorically say that it takes this number of months. Lagos, Ogun State, you can't say. But if you are talking about Abia State, you're talking about Asaba and some other states, I can tell you that in 90 days, I should be able to give you a response. In 100 days, I should give you a response. It actually differs from state to state.
Wow, we just had educational tip from our ED telling us the difference between a C of O and the Gazette. And I know as you're watching, you're writing things down and you're getting to know more about real estate. So next question for our next guest, Miss Glory. What do you think is the key difference between a C of O and a Gazette? I mean, what do you think the viewers out there should know that they can differentiate between a C of O and a Gazette?
Oh, okay. Thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Well, for peace of mind, I would say for peace of mind and security and long-term value, I'll prefer C of O over Gazette, because C of O is the official document that says this land belongs to you. It's government stamped. There is no way you're going to. But Gazette is not certain. Gazette is a publication that just says, the land has been released, to the community for you to buy. So it doesn't stand as an official title. But C of O does. So that's the major key difference. And even when it comes to cost, Gazette is cheaper than C of O. And C of O takes, even though it takes longer time to process, it has more value than Gazette.
Know this and know peace. All right, for Miss Glory, what do you advise clients? Like, where do they get it wrong, and how can they fix that? What do you think you can tell to them today?
Okay, what I can say for them to be on the safer side is they need to verify these titles. Like for Gazette, they need to verify its authenticity. They need to verify. And for the C of O, they also need to verify if that C of O carries the exact plot that they bought. And also, when they say C of O in process, doesn't mean you have C of O. It means that they are still processing the C of O. So you still need to go back to make sure that that C of O has a C of O number and is also verified from the government. So do your findings. Don't just accept anything they tell you out there. They can say a property has C of O, why it doesn't have C of O. So you need to do your findings and make sure that, okay, this is what they say it is. In C of O, there's a number, a serial number where you have to confirm if this property is legit or not. So do your due diligence and you'll be on the safe side.
Wow. Processing is not ownership. So make sure you do your due diligence, as our guest has just said. Thank you very much, Miss Glory. It was amazing having you on today's episode.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you so much. And next to our amazing guest, the ED of Landview Property Investment Limited, want to give our audience, or our prospective clients or clients already, what do you advise them when getting further properties? What they should know? What's your advice for these people?
Tessie,
yes,
thanks for that question. And following this podcast is just to make sure that our clients don't fall into problems when they are trying to secure their future. Is it actually their entitlement to secure with peace of mind? And that is why this is very important to them. I want to say that they should start by getting a very good consultant or a realtor that knows what to do, or a lawyer that knows what to do. Don't take roadside agents. This is not when a roadside agent will be deceiving you into acquiring anyhow property. Let us stop from this anyhowness in property acquisition in Nigeria, because money is not easy to make. So let's stop. Let's not just do it anyhow. Get a good consultant or a realtor. Even when they come to you, verify certain things. If possible, check that number, get it from the realtor, hand it over to your lawyer, who will go to the Ministry of Lands, for instance, in Lagos, to acquire if the property, first of all, is genuine, whether it is actually contained in Gazette, whether it has the C of O number is correct. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
Make sure that families are not fighting over it.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And when you have done all these things, you have solved like 99.9% of the troubles, which means they are off you. And the next is for you to own your land. And I want to also add here that when you're doing a land view, you can be sure that all those problems will not be encountered.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. That was so, in fact, she just gave us what we needed to hear. And to our clients or prospective that are watching, you are intending to buy land very soon. I don't know the steps to take, especially those in diaspora. You don't want to waste your money and just feel like you've gotten a property when that property is still under government acquisition. So do your due diligence. And for us to wrap up today, we want you to tell us which of the properties, Landview has a lot of properties, and can you tell the audience the properties that you have selling that they can key into and invest with us, because Landview is #1 real estate consultant in Nigeria.
Thank you, Tessie.
Thank you.
Yes, it's Landview #1, then others. As of today, we have properties here in Lagos State. We have property here in Eleko. We have a residence, in Ajaya Akpata is selling out so fast, and we have in Ogun State. That is an estate where I cut the ribbon. It is selling out so fast, and there are plans for that particular estate. And when you go to Asaba, it's like we have gone to own Asaba. We brought the templates to Asaba. Others are following, and those properties there are premium and they are selling out so fast. It didn't stop there. There's a particular one that's so close to my heart in the city of Aba. We call that one in Igbo language Akurolo. Which means after acquiring in every other place, you must secure in your place.
Yes.
And which is that Akurolo. Let me tell you, it's not only for those that are Igbos.
Yes.
Akurolo is for everybody in Nigeria. It's for everybody in diaspora. That Akurolo, because it has peace of mind, And now, like I told my rectors last week, we've moved over to the oil-rich city in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
We have moved to Port Harcourt.
Yes.
And that place, anywhere we go, we dominate. We are setting the templates there in Port Harcourt, and we are raising the bar. that it is.
Wow.
And here too, we are all aware today that a particular development is easing out lives in Lagos, and that is the Coastal Road.
Yes.
And Landview, we have moved to Coastal Road.
Wow.
Yes. So those are the properties we have selling today, and they are selling out so fast. Key in today, invest with us with peace of mind. We assure you, indeed, it will be a peaceful investment. Try Landview and you see the difference.
Have you tasted all soups? This particular soup is sweet and nourishes.
No.
Like our ED have said, use professionals. And as you can see, Landview Property Investment Limited is the best place to go to. You don't have to run kuru kere. Come to Landview and we'll give you peace of mind right here. The trusted #1 real estate company. In our next episode, we will be sharing with you that you can buy a land today and lose it years later. For more information and to follow us on this episode, share this video, comment, and save it for the person that needs this knowledge. For now, bye-bye.